Darke's worst 11 of the campaign. Rashford, Lukaku, Lacazette make up the front three. Bruno and Pogba and N'Golo Kante in midfield. Meanwhile, you take a look at the back four. No surprise, I suppose Harry Maguire is there. Varane as well, Wan-Bissaka, Junior Firpo, and then Kepa as the goalkeeper.
Don't understand what Kepa... I'm a little confused. Kepa's a substitute.
He didn't really have... Well,
he missed a penalty. I mean, you can't blame a goalkeeper for that.
Yeah.
Ian's not here, is he?
No, he's not here, so we have to be careful not to be
God bless him.
Kante?
Well, N'Golo Kante had an injury-ravaged season, in and out. I don't think he was that bad. Bruno Fernandes really annoyed me at times with his petulance, but he got 10 league goals.
Yeah.
He wasn't the worst. And then Lacazette's problem was, and this might sound a little silly, Lacazette didn't get the goals, but some of his performances, the other parts of his game, particularly after Aubameyang left, were actually quite good.
Sure.
His link-up play, his build-up play. He didn't get his quota of goals that obviously was needed, and then he was out of the team at the end. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a little... I mean, Raphael Varane had a difficult season, but there's been worse centre-halves, and he did have injuries.
What we talk... let's welcome in, shall
we? That's as nice as I can be.
Julien is here from Paris as well. What are we talking? We're talking 4 Frenchmen here, Jules, in the worst 11?
Yeah, 4 too many. I mean, clearly, Ian Darke didn't really understand, I think, the whole exercise. Maybe those players disappointed him during the season, which I can understand. Some of them, we can say that they were disappointing in some of their performances. But is that the worst 11 in the Premier League this season? No way. I mean, the boys said Kepa never played, so how can he be the worst goalkeeper when the guys never played? Kante has had injuries, Pogba's injuries. Bruno Fernandes still has the 3rd highest key passes per game in the whole season. I think he was the second creating the most chances all season. How can he be the worst? I mean, this is bad. I mean, this is really bad 11. Maybe the label was wrong, but certainly not the worst 11.
I mean, you think about people like, he's got Lacazette in there. Rashford didn't have a good season. You think about people like Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho. I mean, I'll go as far to say even he's not getting in the worst 11, but Jack Grealish wasn't brilliant for City. Well, he didn't reach the expectations. That's not going to put him in that 11. But it seems that anything's been possible here. Right. I mean, I don't know. We need to get Ian. We need to get hold of
Such was Jules' outrage about Ian's 11 that we said, right then, Jules, put your money where your mouth is and give us your worst 11. Do you have it to hand, Jules? Do you remember who you put?
Yeah, I do remember. I mean, to be fair, if he's the worst 11, and no offence to Norwich, but they were the worst team in the league.
Yes.
So you need Norwich players in there. If he's the worst 11, so Krul is in goal. Billy Gilmour, who I think a lot of us expected more and better. It might not all be his fault, but he had a terrible season, let's be honest. I kept some of Ian's players because I didn't want to be too brutal, and I just wanted to be a bit kind to him, but I could clearly have literally taken out all his 11s and start with a new one. I think Maguire deserves to be there because he really had a tough time. And again, not all to his fault. I think the context and the environment at United was just not helping anyone. But I put Dele Alli there because I'm not sure he's still a footballer, but he was actually being paid by a Premier League club, so he has to be amongst the worst 11. And Timo Werner, because the only goal he scored were against the same team in one game through the whole season, so he deserves to be there too. And so did Wout Weghorst, who was signed by Burnley to keep them up, and instead he would be in the Championship next season.
He looked really good, Weghorst, for the first couple of games, and then it did look at the time, well, Wood to Newcastle and Weghorst then, he looked a handful right off the back of the signing when he moved in, and then that was it. Michael Keane, that Everton back line, but he's made so many mistakes.
Yeah,
it's been incredible. I mean, it's hard to argue with most of those players. I think there's an argument for Luke Shaw as well, if I've been quite frank with you. I think for a guy as talented as he is, and he is a talent, and he's a powerhouse, he kind of seems soft to me.
Sure.
Whenever I see him play, it's almost as if he doesn't want to be there. But yeah,
Who would you suggest was the better of the worst 11?
Well, I think it's he's not here, but it's safe to say Jules is a bit more. There seems to be a bit more rationale behind Jules, i.e. these players have actually played badly for a starter.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.